Let's talk about an interesting option trade called a vertical spread. It's a trade made up of two different option contracts with the goal of limiting your risk. However, the downside is it also puts a limit on how much money you can make. So how does it work? Well, you buy and sell the same type of option, either both calls or both puts, but at different strike prices. And the expiration dates, they're typically the same as well. That's really all there is to it. Now here's the interesting twist. Some traders might start with a single option trade first to try to maximize their potential profits. Later, they add another option to their account to create a vertical spread. This is called legging into the spread. When adding a second option leg to create a spread, remember, that shouldn't change the original direction you want the underlying security to go. Let's look at some examples using a profit loss diagram to see how this would work. We break down this tool in a separate lesson, but it shows you the potential profit and loss of a trade based on the price of the underlying security. Let's start with buying an option to leg into a vertical spread. Keep in mind that this is an example and it does not include commissions and other fees. Let's imagine we sold a March $55 call 2 months ago and you received a credit of $200 for the trade. However, after reviewing the profit and loss diagram, you're concerned about the unlimited risk potential that this trade has. Plus, you have a lot of buying power which is tied up in the trade. Well, you can leg into a spread to change all of that. You buy a call at a higher strike price with the same expiration date, you're creating a vertical spread. For example, you buy a $60 call expiring in March for a total cost of $50. Now, your position is a short March $55 call and a long March $60 call. By adding the $60 call, your profit and loss diagram changes. The maximum potential profit you can make on the overall trade is now $150, and the maximum potential loss is $350. So when you buy an option, you leg into a spread, you reduce your risk, and possibly free up some additional buying power. But there are some downsides. You limit how much money you can make on the overall trade, and because your break-even point is worse, you increase the chance of a losing trade. Not to mention that by placing an additional trade, there's also going to be additional commissions and fees to consider. So, what about selling an option to leg into a vertical spread? Well, imagine you bought a March $45 call 2 months ago for a total cost of $800. Although the stock price is up to $50, you're still losing on the trade because of its initial cost. Not looking good, right? But don't worry, you can try to repair the trade by legging into a spread and reducing your cost. To do this, you can sell a call at a higher strike price. For example, say you sell to open a March $55 call, bringing in $200. Now you're long the March $45 call and short the March $55 call. By adding the second option leg, your profit loss diagram changes. Your maximum potential profit on the overall trade is now $400, and your maximum potential loss is $600. And your new break-even point is $51 compared to the original $53. So, selling an option to leg into a vertical debit spread lowers your maximum potential loss and improves your break-even point and increases the chances of having a winning trade. But you're limiting how much money you can make on the trade, and there are additional commissions and fees to consider. So no matter what kind of spread you leg into, the goal is to find a balance between risk reduction and profit potential. Have more questions? Check out the links to the right and in the description below. Happy trading.